and good evening to you and yours. I am Grizzly. It's new to me, dang it. We're continuing with Coffee Talk. The talking, coffeeing simulator. Physical edition for the Nintendo Switch. Looks like we're about, I want to say, roughly 25% of the way through the game. As I thought about how I'm getting through this game, not really a fan of the experimentation factor with figuring out recipes. You got a smartphone. You're running a restaurant of your own. You should have your own... You should have a recipe list, right? Like, I don't see why that would not be a thing. Why would you run a coffee shop and not know how to make something? Somebody tells you, oh yeah, I want this kind of latte, and you have all the ingredients, and you have to know what order they go in. It's like, wouldn't you know? Wouldn't you be like, yeah, coming up, no problem? Instead of this, oh well, I'll give it my best shot, buckaroo. So all the same, here we are at the precipice of another day in alternate Seattle 2020, where there is no pandemic, but there is everyday relationships and strife. And I've done it again. I picked the wrong save file. So let's hop right back in. Using that nice little trick that I learned from before. So far the streaming rig's working out pretty well. Looks like I lost about 60 frames total. But that looks to be related to internet issues, which can only do so much about. So, okay, let's do that. There we go. And let's continue. See what Freya's got to talk to us about today, and see who else comes in. So, can I reload the day? I don't think I can. Oh, I can. I can reload the day. Oh. So... October. Huh. So I'm going to try to reload Monday, October 28th. Yeah, I want to restart the day. Yeah, okay, cool. So here we are. Monday, September 28th, 2020. And it's still raining in Seattle. Don't think it ever stops raining in Seattle. Not in this Seattle. Military personnel stationed along the East Coast to prevent immigrants flooding in from the Atlantic. Werewolf representatives push the Ministry for more accessible sedative. And doctor from Salaktown arrested for experimenting with child cloning. Anyway, are you sure that would be okay? Yes! I mean, it would be really hard to pull off, but it's something that'll make the story different. Different isn't always good. It's a neat concept, but you need to handle it carefully and gracefully. I know. Ring-a-ding-ding! Hey, Gala. Good evening, everyone. Welcome, Mr. Gala. Am I interrupting? Looked like you were having an intense discussion. It's nothing. Chris was just giving me feedback. It's for the book I'm writing. Sounds like a heavy discussion. What are you up to tonight? I'm just planning to sit and relax. Please don't let my presence interrupt you. Oh, don't worry about it. Although I need to interrupt Grizz for a moment. Sure, how can I help you? Can I have a cup of... remember my remedy? Of course. Do you want to give it a try again? My last order didn't quite hit the spot. Remember, it's tea and ginger. The last thing is definitely a different ingredient from either of those. Okay. Remember, it has tea and ginger. So this time we know what his remedy is. It's the Galahad. It's tea, then milk, then ginger. So it's tea, then Milk, then Ginger. Judging from the smell, this looks like it. Indeed. I have the same feeling. I've made a note of that mixture. Perfect. Anyway, please don't mind me and continue with your discussion. Don't worry, Mr. Glaw, we're done for the night. You're done? I have a lot of new homework thanks to you. You're welcome. Is Hyde coming? No, I'm by myself tonight. It's gonna be a peaceful night then. That's mean, Freya. Oh, come on, I was just joking. He needs to learn how to communicate his thoughts nicely, though. He might not look like it, but he's a very kind person, you know. He doesn't show it, that's for sure. That applies to you as well. Aw, come on. Ring-a-ding-ding. Oh, this dude, Bailey's. I can't remember the voice that I gave for him, so I'll just go with something else. Good evening, everyone. Welcome, Mr. Bailey's. Hey. How are you doing, Freya? Not good. What's going on? Grizz was just criticizing my story. It's called feedback. It's cruel. It's necessary. Sounds interesting. What's the problem with the story? The story is non-linear and quite complicated. Imagine a choose-your-own-adventure storybook, but for adults. Sounds pretty common, so far. But instead of telling you which page to turn to, each decision you make will give you a score. Oh, what? That score will determine which page you should go to. That sounds more like a video game than a book. I know, it's not that original. But my target here is the mainstream audience. Huh? With the help of my publisher, this kind of book may go mainstream. Just like that Choose Your Own Adventure show on Netstream. There's nothing new, but because of the marketing and the names involved, it reached a mainstream market. That sounds interesting and highly ambitious, Freya. At least it's simpler than my other idea, which is making the novel not in the form of book, but in the form of story cards. I know, right? As if she has all the time in the world. And that's before even considering the sensitive issue of setting the story in a world where only humans exist. What did you say? No, there's a reason why it has to be that way. Just wait until I've finished it, okay? Alright. As Grizz said, though, I won't have the time. Getting a normal pitch approved is already a steep climb. Let's not make the mountain even higher. Fair enough. What's the story all about, by the way? You'll have to wait for it. Don't want to spoil the fun. If you say so. Anyway, I haven't ordered anything. What do you want to drink tonight? Ginger latte, if you know how to make it. Alright, so... yeah, coffee, ginger, and milk. There we go. Here you go. Thanks. Damn, this is good. With this kind of drink-making skill, I wonder why your place isn't any bigger. What we have now is more than enough for me. Whatever floats your boat, I guess. By the way, how are you doing, Bailey's? Still busy with your last client? Oh, I'm done with her. Done? As in, you're dropping the project? Hey, I'm not crazy. I still need the money. Done as in, I've finished the job. I spent the past few days making sure it's even done before the deadline. Did she like it? Oh, she loved it. She had some complaints, of course, but I convinced her by using some design terms she doesn't understand. So you finished your job by bullshitting her. The finest bullshit, my lady. That's one survival skill every freelancer must have. Are you working on anything right now? No. I'm taking a break from work. I need to work on a few personal matters. Oh. Like you and Lua? Something like that. By the way, I'm curious. How did you guys meet? If you don't mind me asking. I don't mind. It's just that I was young and stupid, you know. Oh, come on. Who hasn't been there? You're right. So, I was a bit of a player back in college. Ooh, spicy. And I was going after my then best friend's girlfriend's friend. Wait, what? Okay, I'll say it slowly. I used to have a best friend. He was an incubus. Okay. Let's call him Cognac. Cognac has a girlfriend. Still following. And that girl has a friend. The friend is the one I'm after. Oh, okay. Got it. She was one of the hottest girls there, but everyone knew she wasn't the type of girl you'd want to date. Why? I don't want to get into details, but this succubus was super hot, and all the guys wanted to sleep with her. She was a player too. Huh? That doesn't sound like Lua at all, because it wasn't Lua, genius. Huh? Lua was my friend's girl. Holy moly, this is getting spicier. The other girl's name was, let's just call her Rose. Continue. I knew Lua thanks to her relationship with Cognac. That's a fake name you made up, right? Yes. Now will you let me continue without interruptions? Okay. So, I asked Lua a lot of things about Rose. She knew what I was after. It annoyed her so much, but I kept on bothering her. I mean, I was a pretty active guy back then. So, Lua came over to visit us at one point. I lived with Cognac back in college. I'd been out, and I got back just as Lua arrived. A total coincidence. We went into our place together and witnessed something surprising. What? Cognac was sleeping with Rose. Holy mother of moly! I saw the look on Lua's face, the disbelief, anger, sadness, and without even thinking about it, I punched Cognac in the face. You what? I got into a fight with him. Oh, I haven't told you. Cognac was a Brazilian jiu-jitsu tutor for kids. He's pretty good. Oh my. Yeah, I landed that one punch, and he beat me to a pulp. Easily. Lua begged me to stop fighting on her behalf. Or like she begged Cognac. Hey, I wasn't kidding. I lost, but I don't give up so easily. I was beaten pretty bad. So Lua took care of my injuries. We grew closer after that. And I don't even remember the exact date, but suddenly that friendship turned into a relationship. That was one hell of a story. I know. Have you seen her by any chance? Yeah. Lua came by a few days ago. How's she doing? She hasn't returned any of my calls or texts. Well, she's healthy, that's for sure. She got into an argument, though. With whom? There was this male model. A model? I don't think she was the type of girl to go out with model. Oh, they weren't together. What were they arguing about? Well, we were talking about your relationship. Lua told us about the reason behind the fight. About your family stuff. And then this guy, Hyde, joined the discussion. What did he say? He didn't understand why Lua would insist on getting family approval, considering, what? You're willing to leave your own family. You would do that for her? Yes, I would. I'm sick and tired of my family. Why would you say that? Let me tell you about my family. Or I should say, most elven families. They all think they're so high and mighty. If you're born an elf, there are certain unwritten rules you must follow. Reputation and appearance are everything. We must never, ever make our family look bad. You can only befriend certain people, you must dress a certain way, you can only have certain jobs that are deemed worthy and successful. Like being a doctor, a lawyer, a CEO. Ever since I was a kid, I've always wanted to be an artist. I love drawing and creating art. However, becoming an artist is not something elves would deem suitable. Unless you become the next Da Vinci. So, when I switched from a business major to an art major, my parents went crazy, screamed like they were on fire. They told me that I'd never be rich or successful. All that because you chose an art degree? You want to know the worst part? They blame Lua. What do you mean? They blamed her for my decision to pursue my passion for art. Yelled about how her kind is ruining the country, accusing their religion of worshiping the Dark Lord, accusing her of putting a spell on me and cursing the family. Whoa! I mean, come on, this is the 21st century. That's so not cool. I don't want to sound judgmental, but your family is racist. Tell me about it. Lua's the only person that can make me feel alive. She showed me how I can be free and pursue my dreams. I don't understand why Lua is so obsessed with the idea of reconciliation with my family. I just don't get it. I have no problem leaving my family, I would happily leave them for the both of us. What about her? What about her and her family? You may be happy to leave your family, however, it may not be the same for her. Glad you have something to say. Perhaps you could give us a different perspective. Sorry, I didn't mean to eavesdrop. I couldn't help overhearing your story, and I assume that the person you're talking about is not an elf, correct? Yes, she's a succubus. I see. I'm a werewolf. For werewolves, the wolf pack is the most important thing. We'll put family before any other, and we often have our own problems within the pack, but we won't abandon our family for anything. Perhaps that's also true for her and her family. Besides, if you leave your family for her, wouldn't that make your parents believe that all those bad stereotypes about succubi are true? I never thought of it that way before. Whether you like it or not, your actions will have an impact on her as well. And if you leave your family for her, that will put her in a difficult spot. She might feel responsible for your actions. There's nothing to feel bad about. I'm leaving my messy family to create a better one with her. It's easy for you to say that now, but you don't know what the future holds. One day, circumstances might change. One day, one of you might regret your decisions. One day, you might use the I left my family for you card. We love each other. I'll be with her whatever the circumstances may be. You know, love is like a flame. It might burn fiercely at first, but over time it will die down if you don't maintain it. Maintaining it won't be easy. It will be hard work. Because life is full of storms. In marriage, it will not survive on love alone. Whoa, that's deep. We'll have each other, and that's enough for us. Tell me, do you have health insurance? What? I'm an elf. Why would I need health insurance? You'll need some. What for? Immortality is an elven privilege, but you'll lose it if your family disowns you. I've seen people go bankrupt because they fell ill or got seriously injured, emptied their entire life savings for an $8 pill because in this country they charge $20,000 for it. And if you decide to have children, they won't have the same privileges you do. There's a high probability that they'll get bullied for being a half-breed. There are consequences. Shouldn't be taken lightly. Think about it. Anyway, I've got to go. I apologize for my intrusion. No, thank you for your insight. I've got to go too. Want to head out together? Sure. Thanks for the drink, Grizz. And Freya. Bye. Damn, this is getting heavy. What? You made me lose 2 customers in a minute. Hey, that wasn't at me. They were leaving anyway. Are you going to write that in your book? It's a secret. If your book is based on this coffee shop, how can you present a story like theirs in a world with only humans around? I'm not sure. Perhaps a hot drink will give you some inspiration? Sounds like a great idea. Huh. Fascinating day. And now the next day. Tuesday, September 29th, 2020. Let's save the game. Okay. Coachella 2020, 10 reasons why you should go. Sports tournament in space might be only a few decades away. WHO vows to stop major hospitals selling Fury sedative illegally. Okay. Oh boy, these guys. He really never changed. I know, but it was surprisingly nice. Catching up with people from back then. Thank you for forcing me to do it. Don't mention it. Hey Grizz, I'd like to order again. The usual. Back to the experiment? Yes. I think the last one was the remedy, but there's no harm in checking some other combinations. Alright. You know what to do. Okay, so it's like milk, honey, then ginger. So that's not even true. It's tea, milk, and ginger. Tea, milk, and ginger. Try this. Thank you. Just what I needed. What about you, Mr. Hyde? Would you like to order anything else? I'm good for now. I couldn't help overhearing you both. It sounds like you two go way back. We do, I guess. He was my bodyguard. Oh? Didn't you meet here? Yeah, when this was a bar. What happened exactly? He was getting his ass kicked by a couple of dwarves. Ugh, those two bastards. It wasn't a pretty sight, so I intervened. Aren't vampires supposed to be, tough? Just because I'm a vampire, it doesn't mean I know kung fu. Besides, I'd had a couple of drinks. I could have taken them both if I was sober. A couple? Really? You were trash-tied. You told them I was your bodyguard. Wait, were you not his bodyguard? Not at the time, we didn't even know each other. But because of that whole fiasco, we both got kicked out. And then this wasted vampire stuck to me. Like, well, to a blanket. Obviously, he was too drunk to drive, so I hailed a cab. Turns out he was also too drunk to tell the driver where he lived. And I was stuck with him until morning. Thanks for not leaving me on the street, Gala. Those dwarves could have killed me. Who were they? I'm not going to confirm or deny anything, but it's possible they may have had ties to the Mafia. And I might have lost some of their money on the stock market. A lot of their money. Yikes. They wanted me to launder their dirty money, so I decided to screw them over instead. Yeah, I overheard what they were talking about before the fight started. I knew Hyde was innocent, and that's why I helped him. He might be an annoying asshole, but he's not a thief. What a stroke of luck, the universe sending me a guardian angel in my time of need. So the next morning, I offered him a job as my bodyguard for real. After all the trouble you caused me the night before... Hey, I took you to breakfast. Don't tell me that counted for nothing. I have to say, it wasn't my proudest moment. I was broke. Breakfast was an offer I couldn't refuse. It was the late 60s, mind you. It wasn't easy finding a job, especially for people like me. Werewolves? War veterans. Ah, I see. So how'd you go from working as a bodyguard to working in the hospital, Gala? Well, when he was working with me, I noticed I'd prefer it if we skipped that part. I'm sorry, but I don't want to go into any details about it. Yeah, it's alright, Forgive me for asking. I don't mind telling you the quick and dirty version. Long story short, he helped me with something. Let's just say something from my past. Thanks to that help, I found a new purpose in life, helping other people live. Of course, it's not easy for a veteran werewolf to become a nurse or doctor. That's why I chose a hospital admin instead. So you could say I owe this guy my life, thanks to his stubborn persistence in helping me when I needed it. Thank you for sharing your story with me. I didn't expect such a tale from you. I know. Anyway, Grizz, I'd like to order something now. What would you like? Can you make a tea-based drink that's warm and cool at the same time? A what? Tea that is warm? So we can't, so it's got to be a tea-based drink. That's warm and cool at the same time. Tea, lemon. Warm, cool, extra warm, cool, extra warm, cool. Less warm, less cool, less warm, less cool, extra warm, not cool. I'm looking through the list of let's see. Some useful combinations that aren't named like the drinks above or below. Less warm, less cool, not warm, less cool, warm, extra warm, less cool. Less warm, cool, not warm, cool, less warm, less cool, warm, less cool. You can't get extra warm and extra cool. It's just a mixture of the two. So I want to go with something that is warm and cool. Neither extra or less. It's got to be both. So we're going to give him... Let's give him Midsummer Night's Dream. It's tea, lemon, and honey. It's equal parts warm and equal parts cool. Watch, he'll hate it. Here's your order. Exactly what I wanted. By the way, it feels like this place is missing something today. Yeah, I haven't seen her today. Ring-a-ding-ding. Speak of the devil. Uh-huh. Hello, good people. And one vampire. Should probably say that a little more sarcastically. Hello, good people. And one vampire. It's good to see you too. Freya? By the way, we were just talking about you. Oh, really? What about me? I was just surprised that you weren't here. Is that how you pick up girls young enough to be your granddaughter? That won't work on me. I have no interest in flirting with you. I've got high standards, you know. You look so tired, Freya. Hard day at work. How could you tell? Call it werewolf senses. Right. I showed Grizz my draft, and I actually got some good feedback. That's good to hear. Glad I could help. So I spent the whole day rewriting stuff, and I also did some stories for the paper. Overall, it was a good day. That's good to hear. But please don't forget to take a break. It's easy to get carried away by work when you're on a roll. Will do, sir. And speaking of hospitals, how's your hospital adminning life going? That's not even a word, Freya. Actually, I'm not even sure what you even do there. It's pretty boring to talk about. But mostly I handle operational stuff happening in the hospital. Things like how much a specialist costs and how much it affects our income. I also deal with patients and their families. If they require intensive care, such as operations, I go through what we do and how much it would cost them. Kinda like biz dev for people's lives, then. You could say that. Damn, that sounds complicated and hard. That's why I'm suited for my job. Someone who gets very emotionally attached to patients would find this job pretty tough. Whereas heartless people, like my friend here, only see it from a business perspective. Good point. Why do people rarely talk about your kind of job? I guess most people don't really notice we exist or think about the necessity of it. Exactly, it's an interesting job, yet no one talks about it. Maybe because most admins are just like me. We rarely talk about work outside the hospital. Why? For me, I just don't find any reason to. It's the patient's personal lives, anyway. Such professionalism and loyalty. You should keep hold of that mindset, especially in front of this lady here. You needs to be a bit less loyal, though. Hide. You've been doing this job for a while, right? Almost 50 years now. Whoa, I didn't know that. Wait, 50 years in the same position? Uh-huh. Holy, ask for a promotion, man. They keep offering me new positions, mostly managerial. Take it. Not interested. Why? It's not something I want. Besides, as I've told you before, I fit perfectly in this position. But the salary must be better if you take the promotion, right? Of course. But what I get at the moment is more than enough for me right now. And I still get raises while I'm doing this job. I really can't figure you out. That's Galah for you. Anyway, my shift's starting soon. It was nice catching up with both of you. Are you gonna stay, Hyde? Yeah, I'm still enjoying the vibes here. I'll see you in a few weeks, I guess. Yep. Safe trip. See you around, Grizz. And you, Freya. See ya. Take care on your way. You know, it's kind of hard to believe someone like Galah could be your best friend. We were just talking about that before you arrived. Oh, really? Man, I missed an interesting story. So how'd you guys meet? Seriously, I have to retell the story. Yes? Come on, you're not going anywhere, right? Huh. All right, then. We met in this place back when it was a bar. Blah, blah, blah. Whoa! I never knew Galah used to be in the army. I mean, he's got the build to be on the front line. Still, though, why did he make the jump from, how should I say this, a very physical job to medic? Well, he's not comfortable talking about it right now. But you know why, right? Are you trying to squeeze the story from me? Obviously. He doesn't want to talk about it. That's him, not you. Seriously, Freya. Come on. I won't get into details, but going to war, it messes with your head. Oh. You see why Galah doesn't want to talk about it, huh? I don't get it, but it must be difficult, especially back then. The only thing he was confident in was his strength, so he only did work that relied on his muscle. I wouldn't help him get over his trauma, though, right? Of course not. But it was the only thing he could do. Or at least it's the only thing he thought he could do. But you hired him for his muscle. Hey, I didn't know about that all that at the time. Besides, he's good at being a bodyguard. And we weren't that close yet, so no personal feelings. I needed his strength, but then I got to be interested in him. Interested? I think he's a cool person, that's all. And after a few months, I noticed his problem. I suggested he talk about it with someone, seek help, which he refused. No surprises there. But I kind of pushed him to do it. How? It's complicated. Eventually, he did go to get professional help. Of course, I have no idea what happened in his therapy sessions, but in the end, he found a new purpose in his life. He quit working for me. And not so long after that, he started working at the hospital. And he's been Good evening, everyone! Oh boy. Good evening. It's nice to see you again. We are also glad to see you, barista. By the way, I didn't catch your name the last time we visited. Do you have a name? Name? We sure have. On Earth, please call us Neil. Neil... Yes. Neil. Is that your real name? Oh, of course not. Due to the nature of our communication, we do not really need trivial things like names to interact. But from what we have learned here, it seems like the name Neil has a lot of associations with Earthling efforts in intergalactic exploration. I get what you mean. I believe we did not meet the last time we were here. I saw you from afar when you left the coffee shop a few days ago. So hello, my name's Freya. You can say I'm a regular here. And you, sir? Hyde. You come here often? For someone who doesn't live in Seattle, yeah. Oh, you are not from around here. Neither are we. Where do you come from? Far away. By far away, you mean a few thousand miles. Or more? More. Much more. More to the point that your strange calculation system means nothing. Sounds far away indeed. What are you doing here in Seattle? Do all your kind dress like this? Oh, this? We chose this appearance based on an image we saw when we first arrived. Image? Ah, the Jeremy Gendrew album cover. No wonder you look familiar. As for what we are doing, this place is really the perfect spot to practice our communication skills with Earthlings. But before that, please let us order something from the barista. What do you want to drink tonight? The usual. That is how you say it, yes? Yes. So, anything? Yes, we won't be able to taste the difference anyway. You really can't taste anything? Yes. What if I can brew a drink that can make you feel something? Interesting premise, but we doubt you will be able to do that. Challenge accepted. Please surprise us. What is this? Strange. Okay, so coffee, talk, drink for Neil. Neil! Their favorite drink is the Milky Way. Oh. So, milk, honey, and mint. Okay. Milk, honey, mint. Splendid. That's a combination. Let's see, I hope I got this right. Thank you. What the? Interesting. Before you ask, yes, that's how they drink. This? What is this? We have never been able to taste anything in our life. But this is a breakthrough. We have to report immediately. Done. Thank you so much from all of our kind. You are one interesting person. Thank you. That was a compliment, yes? Normally, yes. But you can't be so sure with Freya. That definitely was the highest form of compliment. What are you, Neil? Us? We are travelers, doing our job in the space you call Milky Way. What kind of job? We are tasked with the mission to spread our seeds. You really are here to find a date, all the way from a galaxy far, far away. Wow. Turns out pervs exist everywhere in the universe. Feeling attacked, old man? Not really. You do have a valid point. We do not understand, but we are glad if we can make you laugh. Oh, the pleasure was mine. If I may ask, why do you have to breed with us? We are sorry, but that is classified information. Oh man. But we believe it is alright to share it with you tonight, thanks to this eye-opening drink from the barista. I owe you this story, so why? Everyone, including us and you and everyone else, is tasked to keep the balance of the universe. But sometimes it is hard for some civilizations to maintain balance by themselves, because unknown threats that are beyond each civilization's power can appear. And that is where we come in. I still don't see the relation between that and impregnating us. You're quite dense, aren't you? Hey, you came here to give seeds, so a half-breed of your kind can be born on Earth. That is correct. The half-breeds will be half Earthling and half whatever you are. Yes. Assuming that you have some powers that we can't comprehend, we're trying to make sure Earth will have its own protector. That is 100% correct. Holy shit! You're trying to give us a superhero? Yes, that is what your people will call the Protector. But why go through all the hassle? It sounds like a lot of work. Why not just explain this to someone? I'm sure a lot of women wouldn't mind giving birth to a superhero. Sadly, it is not that simple. The future Protector has to be someone that loves this planet more than anything. They have to be born out of love, which we have learned is a very complicated feeling on Earth. We have it easier back home due to the nature of our communication. We understand everyone deeply by default. So everyone on our planet loves each other from the moment they're born. That sounds beautiful. And creepy. Why? It sounds like your planet is a giant spherical orgy. That was a badly chosen word, but it is roughly similar to the truth. Oh my. If what you say is true, shouldn't we help them to get laid with love? Guidance is all we need. Otherwise, we might be responsible for the birth of a super evil person instead. Well, how's the mission going so far? We cannot say it is going well. I'm not surprised. With how quirky and unique you are, not many women can handle that. Could you handle them, though? Me? I don't know, what do you think? You're a pretty adventurous girl. I wouldn't be surprised if you decided to go on a date. Or maybe go further, if it got you a good story. Oh, you're not offended by that? Not in the slightest. You're wrong, though. I'd go on a date with them, but I don't like to sleep around. Really? To be honest, I didn't expect that. Yeah, I get that a lot. People often mistake me for someone who gets around a lot. Excuse me, miss. From what we gather, does it mean you are willing to breed with us in exchange for our stories? Wow, no wonder your mission isn't going well. I don't mind going out with you for a drink or dinner in exchange for stories, but I'll only sleep with someone I'm serious about. But our mission is serious. It's not that. You either have to be my boyfriend or husband if you want to sleep with me. We have heard of those terms before. Let us check them once again. This is very strange. According to what we found, many Earthlings mate with one person exclusively for their entire lives? Yes, that's called commitment. Such a strange concept. Then why, with such rules, do you still face overpopulation problems? Now that you mention it, we don't have enough control of ourselves, and those in charge also don't have enough control of us. Not to mention, some races live for a very, very long time. So even though there are rules about having kids, and they can be strictly enforced, a lot of people still break them. We know Earthlings boast about the concept of free will, but we thought your kind also loved the concept of restraint and taking care of the planet. At least that was what we gathered from your information network. Theoretically, that should be the case. But Earthlings are stupid. That's the easiest way to put it. We learned so much today, but we have another question for Miss Freya. Ask away. How can we become your husband? First of all, I would suggest going step by step. Most of the time you start by dating, boyfriends or girlfriends, you know, before you talk about marriage. Oh, okay. So, how can we become your boyfriend? You could start by asking her whether she's actually single. Understood. So, Miss Freya, are you single? Yes, I am single. Do you want to be our girlfriend? Now, the path of starting a date varies between people, but usually it takes some time before you want to commit yourself to someone. Wow, the breeding process on Earth is surely extremely complicated. It can be easier if you're a smooth talker. Smooth talker? Someone good at communicating with others. That would be really challenging for us. Even after all that, making kids is still in a totally different league. Most women prefer it if their male partners wear condoms. Condoms? It's something you wear to prevent pregnancy. Why would you do the mating ritual if you do not want to have offspring? Pleasure. All this information is too much to process in one evening. So, we talked about using condoms, but how do your kind have sex? Like, seeing how you drink, a condom might be something you can't use at all. That's true. How do you do it? We are pretty flexible with that, but we cannot tell you the details unless we agree to do the mating ritual. I don't want to imagine how it's done. Oh, you do not need to worry. We will not hurt anyone physically or mentally. Yeah, I'm not so sure about that, especially the mental part. We did our research, and we tried it on the testing object we made. It was proven. The mental capacity of Earthlings is far more complicated than anything else on Earth, sir. Oh, we did not know that. Being born on Earth sounds very difficult. It is. I have to agree with that. Anyway, thank you so much for the information you have given us tonight. It means a lot for our mission. We have to report our findings to the base. Will you proceed with your mission with this newfound information? We are not sure yet. It is yet to be discussed, after all. It was really nice talking with all of you. You're welcome. We are off now. Bye. Take care on your way, sir. That was really something. Indeed. You said the first time they came here was for a date, right? Yeah, but their date never came. And then they mistook Miss Myrtle for their date. The game developer at work? Wow, I tried to think how that went. It was pretty awkward. But you can't be angry at such naivety. I guess so. By the way, has that young woman been back since I spoke with her last time? You mean Miss Lua? Yeah, her. Oh, showing some concern now, are you? I'm just curious. No, I haven't seen her since then. But her boyfriend did come a few days ago. And Freya was being pretty nosy to the point that Mr. Galah joined the discussion. My. You really have a knack for starting trouble. Sadly, I have to agree with that. It's not easy to make Galah join a random conversation unless it really piques his interest. Or it annoys him. I don't know how to react to that. Well, I need to catch a flight to Seoul tomorrow, so I'm off for the day. Oh, you're leaving Seattle so soon? It's only for a week or so. I'll be back here sooner than you know. Oh well, it'll be a peaceful week then. Anyway, I need to get going as well. Thank you for letting me stay without ordering anything. I didn't even notice that. You really don't care about business. She didn't order anything, but she did attract people to the coffee shop. That's one way to put it. Anyway, Freya, do you want to share a cab? Thanks, but I'm riding my bike. Alright then, see you around. Take care on your way, folks. And another day in the can. Black lemon, a perfect, if unlikely, combination of sour and bitter. Wednesday, September 30th, 2020. Alright, let's save the game. Resume the game. Protests arise over government treatment of Atlantic immigrants. Dwarven-made cars face challenge against an unexpected competitor, and the Mother Earth organization fights to save more forests. Alright, let's start the day. Start the day. Hello? Hello? Start the day. Okay, let's reload that day then. Don't know why we got stuck on that newspaper, but all the same. There we go. Ring-a-ding-ding. Now who's here? Welcome. Good evening, sir. Hello. I'm from the Federal Immigration Regulation and Enforcement Division, or FIRE for short. How may I help you? We've heard of reports of alien sightings in this area. We take the issue of illegal interstellar immigration seriously. Have you seen any creatures you would consider to be alien in nature? I don't think so. But what should I be looking for? What's the alien look like? We're not 100% sure, but according to some eyewitnesses, it's wearing a spacesuit or something similar. That's a pretty eye-catching outfit. You'd think an illegal alien would try to blend in better, right? To avoid attention, you know? That is a very good point. In fact, there might be a solid possibility that we have been running around after false testimonies. They are superior creatures after all. Thank you for the help. If you see any suspicious activities, please contact us through our website. Will do, sir. We're not going to. You don't want to drink anything before leaving? We're good. Take care on your way, then. Jerk off. Whew. You really need to be more careful, Neil. Huh? Ring-a-ding-ding. Oh, it's her. And her. Good evening, Chris. Yo. Hello, Miss Aqua, Miss Myrtle. Have you both been somewhere together? We plan to meet here. It's just a coincidence we arrived at the same time. Would you like to order anything? Do you want to order first? Nah, you go first. Okay. Can I have a cup of green tea with a lot of mint? Sure. Green tea with mint and mint. It will be so cool. Your drink's ready. Ooh, this looks really fresh. I call this Marrakesh, inspired by its origin. Marrakesh in Morocco? I heard the people there really love tea. Let's give this a try then. Oh my, it's warm but very refreshing. No wonder Morocco is often associated with tea. How about you, Miss Myrtle? You want to order right away? Sure. I'll have the tetrique. Oh, I forget what that is. Hang on. Tea and milk. Okay. Tea, milk. If my app won't do it for me, I will consult the internet to do it for me. Here's your tetrique. Huh? Is there anything wrong? No. It's better than I thought it would be, actually. The taste is really authentic. Just like the tetrique you'd get in Southeast Asia. Thank you for the compliment. Where did you learn to make it? The internet. I traveled around Southeast Asia a few years ago, apparently. So you learned about it in Malaysia? Yes, and from videos on the internet. See, there you go. Yeah, got it from the internet. That's what I literally did. So, how are things going in the office? As usual, tiring. But thanks to you and your team, we've made some good progress with the problem we've been stuck on for a while. I'm glad I could be of help. It's not every day our research can have an impact as direct as this. Only a few weeks after publication, no less. The thing is, even with your help, we still need to do a ridiculous amount of overtime to make sure the game will be available for the holiday season. Oh, I want to say please don't forget to rest, but I'm sure it won't be that easy for you and the team. Hey, good evening, Zerg. I'll give you research. Yeah, this is so, yeah, wink, wink. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more. Like, this is so, you can see this coming a million miles away. I also hope you and Fiery are doing fine on this very cool Sunday evening. Ha! As if those executives care about us. Overtime is not mandatory, they'll say. Please see your family, get some rest. But we all know that optional overtime is a passive-aggressive move. We'll stay longer in the office anyway, because if you go home earlier than the others, you'll feel bad for them. You'll feel guilty. I understand that so much. I hate to admit it, but yeah, it's guilt. I wish I could help you, or at least say something to boost your morale. Sadly, I'm not the right person to give you advice about that. For guilt is something that also bothers me a lot, even for things I shouldn't feel guilty about. And you know what makes it worse? I know the state of the industry, but it still saddens me to realize that my favorite series was born out of such sacrifice. I'm sorry I ruined the mood for everyone. Don't worry about it, Aqua. I'm not that bad off, you know. At least the company gives us decent compensation. Healthcare, bonuses, and so on. And we're already used to this. So don't you worry about me, okay? Getting used to unhealthy working conditions shouldn't be a norm. Correct. So correct. Oh, this game saying the good shit about workers' rights. Hey, cheer up. Remember, Your research helped us out a lot. Thanks to you, the rest of the development is going to be much easier. How's your game doing, by the way? Actually, I have some good news about it. What is it? The game got approved to be showcased at PAX West this year. PAX West, okay. That's really good news. Congrats. Thank you. So, what's the problem, then? I haven't confirmed my attendance to the organizer. Why? Confirm it, fast, before they give your spot to another indie. I'm just not sure about it. What's stopping you? Cost? The booth is free for indies. That's good then, and the event's even in Seattle. You don't need to spend anything on travel or accommodation. It's a golden ticket. But I'm not that confident. You passed the selection process, right? There should be enough validation to reassure you of the game's quality. If I'm not mistaken, the judges are usually prolific people in the industry, and also senior journalists. I know, but I've told you about my game, right? It's pretty non-traditional, and thousands of people will be visiting PAX, expecting Full Metal Conflict and other bigger games. Every game has its own market, you know. Okay, we're getting a little meta talking about this game, sheesh. And you'll be in the indie area. People know what to expect there. Gamers aren't stupid. Well, I mean, many of them are intelligent. Many of them are smart. But that would be a lie to say that none of them are stupid. There are definitely stupid people out there, and they happen to be gamers. So. What if some haters visit the booth? What if they don't like my game and say bad things about it? Or about me? That's not going to happen. It's an expo, not the internet. People are way nicer in real life. Is this a journal of the game maker? Right? Yeah. Show them the boobies. Show them the bobbies. Yes, thank you for that. And the crisp, like you extracted it right from a TikTok comment, Fiery. People are way nicer in real life. Also true. I know people who say some really weird shit and talk to them in person and they're just sweet and normal as can be. I don't get it, but there's something about being online. Even after all that, I'll still be there by myself for the whole event. That one is a problem, yeah. Meeting that many people is already scary enough. Doing it for 4 days straight, showing my baby to the public, I just can't imagine the horror. You know what? Huh. So far my schedule is pretty empty around then. If things stay this way until Max, I'll come with you. No, you don't have to do that. Even if you're free then. You shouldn't waste your time on me. Relax or something. Nah, it's no bother. I'll be going to the event anyway. Might as well come with an exhibitor badge. What about your company's booth? Don't worry about it. There are hundreds of us. I can just ask my lead to skip this year. But, I'm coming with you, whether you like it or not. Oh, okay. Good. These two are gonna date. I can fucking see it. It's totally fine. It's just, what are you going to show the game on? I'll have a laptop and a smartphone. Is the Expo build ready? Expo build? You're not playing the showcase the full version, right? That's the plan. Don't. I can give you the guidelines on what to have for the Expo build. Do you have the game with you now? It's on my phone. I can send you the build now if you want. Do so. Okay. Got it. Now, let's see. Ring-a-ding-ding. Oh, this has got to be Freya. This has been a long conversation without her. Oh, Miss Rachel. Hello. Hi, Grizz. What's wrong? Huh? Nothing. I've just been practicing all day and I'm pretty tired. Are you having a concert soon? Don't tell anyone yet, it'll be announced tomorrow. But I'm going to perform at Coachella next week. They're still adding new performers? Yeah, you might say those announced this late are backups. Oh. But it's still the biggest festival in the country. Yes. And I'm excited for it. I think I should celebrate with a special drink. Something sweet. What do you want to order? A sweet hot chocolate. Okay, so let me consult my magical guide here. Because you two weren't here for this, but there is an app on my phone in the game called Brewpad that keeps recipes, but only if I know what they are. So I have some of them, but there's a lot of undiscovered ones, which is dumb and annoying. So we're going to go with chocolate-based drinks. See, she wants something that's sweet and hot. So we don't want something bitter, if we can help it. Extra bitter, less bitter. Chocolate, cinnamon, and mint. Less warm, cool, sweet. Chocolate, milk. Less sweet, extra bitter, less sweet, less sweet, less sweet. Extra sweet. Coffee, honey, and honey would be a sweet hot chocolate. That's what we're gonna give her. Coffee with a ridiculous amount of honey. She wants a sweet hot chocolate, she's gonna get a sweet friggin' hot chocolate. Order up. Here's your order. Thank you. But this isn't anything like what I ordered. Oh my god, lady. Just no. A sweet hot chocolate? The people in this game are fickle. They're fickle, I tell you. So, like... whatever. Alright, you can drink your swill, lady. You wanted a sweet hot chocolate, that's a sweet hot chocolate. It's okay. I'm pretty adventurous with my food and drinks anyway. Please don't hesitate to call me if you need anything else. Thanks. Okay. Are you telling me this is more like DD with drink roulette than SB with standardized drinks? It's like this. Like, you're given... Like, people will just tell you vaguely what they want. And you can go with, you know, what you've already discovered, which you can see here. But, I mean, like, a sweet hot chocolate, you know, I'm looking at the list of actual recipes here. Chocolate-based drinks. There's a bitter heart with chocolate, ginger, and cinnamon, but that's extra, that's like sweet but bitter. I suppose I could have gone with a Chocobi Miruku, which is chocolate, honey, and milk. That's probably what she wanted. Should have replaced the last batch of honey with milk instead. So, I don't know. Fickle. Fickle. I run a weird coffee shop here. People tell me the ingredients, or they just tell me some vague idea what they want, and then if I get it wrong, they're just like, oh well, too bad. You're just gonna have to... I'm just gonna drink it anyway. Like, what kind of whack-ass coffee place gets away with that? Besides mine, I guess. How often do you go to Starbucks and they screw up your order and you're like, oh no, it's fine. I'll just be disappointed at you. Like, what the hell? Alright, anyway. We have plot. Other than the instruction on the loading screen, try putting a time limit on how long they can play. Why? Wouldn't that break their immersion? Probably, but in case there's a good reaction to it, you might have people lining up to play your game. Don't want to make them wait too long. That makes sense. If you don't want to put a time limit on it, try ending the demo with a cliffhanger. That should get people's attention. Noted. Dad? Ah, yes, our Wilford Brimley character. Starbucks I haven't had. Dunkin' is weird. I can't remember the last time I went to Dunkin'. Starbucks I go to fairly regularly. Down here, there's also another chain called Scooters. They just have one location. They're pretty decent, but they're like the only coffee place that has a sugar-free hazelnut sweetener. So they're like my go-to because that's my hazelnut's my kryptonite. But I've gotten screwed up orders from them before, and you know, if you tell them, they'll make you another one for free, no charge. But whatever. This game is about the stories. But anyway, I went to Ruby's Coffee Roasters. I have heard good things about that from some friends. I went to Ruby's a couple times. Probably the worst coffee around. Ooh, all right. I will keep that in mind. I've heard things, but I've never had them. I typically stick to stick to Starbucks or this Scooters coffee that I mentioned. If I'm making stuff at home, I will do Death's Door coffee from Door County. I also have a batch of Seattle's Best that I got from my mom the other day, which it's going to take a while before I get to that. I also have a bag of from Rootless Coffee, a special blend based on a pro wrestler named Danhausen. So, a lot of coffee to go through. What do you guys drink when you're at home? Like, do you have a specific blend or company you go through? Everything is sour, which means bad. Ugh. Sour. That's disgusting. I like bitter coffee. Like, give me that black like my heart coffee. I want that emo Linkin Park AMV grizzled veteran mech anime coffee. So, oh, you drink tea? Okay, well, that's fair. Yeah, that's I do tea every now and then. Usually like green or chamomile. What tea in particular do you tend to drink? When I'm out, I might get a macchiato. Ah, okay. Yeah, macchiatos are good. What are you doing here? After what you did at the studio this evening. I was worried I couldn't find you anywhere around the studio. This is the voice I gave him. He's like a Wilford Brimley meets Jamie Heineman from Mythbusters. So I thought you'd be here. Can we not just limit ourselves to this place? And now you're causing another ruckus. We're sorry, Grizz. We didn't mean to cause you any problems. You are sorry. I don't have anything to be sorry for. Well, anyway, I better order something. What are you having? What would you recommend? Might I suggest a cup of Spanish Sahara? Oh, what is that? It's basically hot chocolate with milk and ginger. Sounds delicious. I'll take that Spanish Sahara. Chocolate, milk, and ginger. I drink Tazo tea. Ah, yes, I'm familiar with Tazo. English breakfast, Joy, Earl Grey, a bunch of other options. All right, yeah. I recognize those names. I also do roasted barley tea, but I drink that cold. It's a nice thirst quencher in the summer months. Your drink is ready, sir. My, this is amazing. Glad you liked it. Dad? Yes? Please just go home after you finish your drink. Not until you leave that good-for-nothing pervert. I need him. He's going to help me become more successful. I know Morris. He's not a good person. The industry has changed, Dad. It's not like 20 years ago. Besides, since you left, he's been growing his brand, making his name. Managing a lot of stars so they become superstars. I still have my informants in the industry. He hasn't changed much. And even if he has, it wasn't for the better. You're just being paranoid. First you were afraid of how my fans would treat me. Now you're afraid of the industry too. What's next? You lock me in the house because you're afraid of the air I'm breathing? You're just too young to understand. Then make me understand, because this is definitely not helping. There are better ways. Didn't you learn anything from Mom? You were together for almost 15 years. You learned nothing. Not even how to talk to your own daughter. Rachel, I'm sorry. But I'm trying, okay? Try harder, because right now you're not helping anyone. Not me, not you, no one. I know. But give me a chance. You know what? It will take time for me to learn, but I am learning. Or, I could return to the industry. I could try to be your manager. Dad, are you out of your mind? You've been out of touch for so long. I told you I have informants there. I'm not that out of touch. Of course, there are things I need to figure out. But It doesn't work that way, Dad. You know what? You know that. Going from a girl band to a solo career won't be easy. If I take things slow, I'll lose all my momentum. If you don't want me to be your manager, can you at least choose someone other than Morris? I don't think so. Mr. Lester's at the height of his career now. He's my best chance right now. Don't be too paranoid, okay? I've made my decision. Now, please go home, relax, and don't ever come to the studio again. I'm going back there. I need to practice for the festival. It's only a few days away. It's a big chance to boost my presence as a solo artist. When are you going to be home? I don't know. I'll be staying at the hotel the label provided. But that's See you, Dad.
Wait, Rachel!
Oh my. Rachel wants to learn the hard way. And sometimes you gotta let people do that.
Excuse me for a moment, Grizz.
I'm sorry about what just happened. You don't have to apologize. Yeah, we were busy minding our own business anyway. What? You didn't hear their argument, Myrtle? Of course I heard them. I just chose to ignore most of it. It's none of my business, is it? That's amazing. What's so amazing about that? I don't think I can do that. Dividing and focusing my attention so completely? Oh, she digs her, come on. Especially when there's an argument like that. Are you saying you weren't listening to my advice and you were focusing on them instead? No, I was listening. I made notes. See, you didn't even realize. But you are capable of focusing your attention. Now that you mention it, it happens naturally, I guess. Being born into a big family is useful after all. Yeah, sometimes we don't even realize what we're capable of doing. By the way, you want to head back now? Yeah, it's pretty late. Yo, Grizz, we're leaving. Hope you had a good time. Thank you for the drinks as usual. Please take care on your way home. Alright. I guess that's all for it to ring-a-ding-ding. Aha. No, you're back, Mr. Hendry. Are you alright, sir? Sir?
Oh, yes. Please don't worry about me.
Did you manage to catch up with Miss Rachel?
No, I lost her.
I'm sorry to hear that. But I'm sure she's alright.
I hope you're right.
By the way, pardon me for asking.
Yes?
Throughout your arguments with Miss Rachel, something kept bugging me.
What's that?
Why did you leave the music industry?
Now that's a trip down memory lane.
You don't have to tell me if it makes you uncomfortable.
Oh no, it's fine. I left around 20 years ago. Just as we were welcoming the beginning of the new millennium. It was a great time for girl bands, you know. They were huge in the 90s. And they were still enjoying the leftover sensation of the past decade. I met my wife while working. She worked for a record label. That's how we met. I decided to get married and settle down. I wanted a peaceful life.
You didn't find peace managing girl bands?
Oh gosh, no. The politics, the dark side of the industry, none of it's good. But what hit me hardest was the fans. Toxic fans are the worst.
Correct.
The teenage girls especially, they were crazy about their idols. To the point where they started doing really unimaginable stuff.
Like what?
Spending all their money trying to copy the superstar lifestyle, abandoning their responsibilities, their families, and the men. They were even worse. They sexualized the girls in every way you could possibly imagine. Edited photos, stalking, outright sexual assault. It was before the internet, mind you. I mean, the internet existed, but it wasn't as mainstream as it is now. I wasn't even the target of the abuse. But it haunted me. It was everywhere. Don't talk to me about peace. I couldn't sleep back then.
Oh, all right, Fiery. You have a good night as well. I'm almost finished with this night anyway, so after this I'll be cutting it short. So, well, not cutting it short, just cutting it. Have a good night.
Not getting enough sleep is dangerous for cats.
What do you do for a living now?
After we got married, my wife and I opened a record store. It's not big, but we have a very specific audience. We're niche, but they love us for it. It's more than enough for our little family.
You said you're still in touch with your friends in the music industry.
They visit my place from time to time, and we all meet up at least once a year. Usually, it's at my place. Gosh, look at the time. I should go home too.
Are you going to be alright by yourself?
Don't worry about me. I'm an old cat. We're stronger than most people think. See you later, Grizz. And sorry for bringing our fight to your place.
Don't worry about it.
Alright then, goodbye.
Now I think it's actually ending. So, the day. Yep. There we go. Lemony Snippet. Okay, so this is going to start the next day, but I'm not going to start the next day. So, Zerg and Fiery, thank you for stopping by and watching and saying hi and all that good business. Take care of yourselves. Get some rest, stay hydrated, watch for deer. You know the drill. So, we'll save. And until next time, folks, do take care of yourselves. Yes, same here. Good night. All right. Good night.